What's going on? Welcome to Roundtable Sessions. It's been a long, hot minute. It's been ages since I've seen you guys. It's been a long time. Welcome back.
I've been here the whole time. Where have you been? I never left.
That's why the hair is so long. We've just been growing and growing and growing.
What's good, everybody? It's your girl. Back in the building, back in the place, you know. Yeah, let's do this, guys. I've missed you.
Yeah.
Missed you a lot.
For sure.
Yeah.
I feel like this is the first time I've seen you. Bits and bobs in during the last few weeks.
You may have seen me online.
I know, because of lockdown. I've forgotten how to speak. But this is the first time I've seen you since we went into lockdown.
Yeah.
Wow.
We've chatted on the phone.
Yeah, we had the odd chat here and there, but it's nice to actually
A couple
see
text
you.
messages about the rugby.
A few emojis, yeah.
A few emojis. A lot of sadness.
A lot of sadness because of the rugby as a Scotland fan, but that's life.
Equally as a Welsh
As a
fan.
Welsh fan.
Yeah, I think even more as a Welsh fan. It was awful.
More as a Portuguese fan, as we...
Remember that time you didn't know Portugal had a rugby team?
What? I knew Portugal had a rugby
No, you
team.
didn't. We had to Google it.
No. I knew Portugal because I saw Portugal play in 2007 in the World Cup.
Scotland beat them 56-0.
I was there, and I remember being so
Were
embarrassed.
you actually there?
No, I was there in my
All
bedroom.
right.
Watching it. I was in Portugal.
Watching it on TV.
I remember watching it and being like, this is emotional. Like all the small Portuguese people singing the national anthem, like crying, like snot, everyone's just crying. It's like, yes, come on, Portugal, win the World Cup. And then I remember thinking, this is embarrassing. The referee just stopped the game to explain some of the rules to the Portuguese players.
Oh.
That is awful. That is
The
awful.
majority of them, I don't know if it's like this now, so if you're a rugby player from Portugal, I'm sorry, peço super. But the way it works is like a lot of them had full-time jobs. This is what they did on the side.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, fair
Is that a
enough.
normal thing?
I mean,
Not for England, surely. Or Scotland.
not for England. For Wales, it's quite
I
common.
must have funding for
At
that.
least I know that a Portugal rugby team is better than the Zimbabwe rugby team.
I don't even think we have one, and that's like really shady for you to bring that up.
I might Google it.
We have, I know there's one
gonna
person that
Google
I'm
it
really
right now.
proud of, which is the white Zimbabwean swimmer who holds it down for us in the Olympics.
Legend.
She's great. I think her name's Katie, and I could be wrong still.
Katie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not talking about rugby today.
You do have one. You do have one, just to clarify.
Oh, do we?
They will
Yeah,
Yes!
I don't know, but their best result was in 1991.
Rambai muchitamba
I don't know who it's against.
I support you.
It must have been against Portugal.
No.
Referees explain to Portuguese
Or
players how to play
Scotland.
them. Anyway, welcome to Roundtable Sessions. We're so happy that you're with us. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I hope that lockdown has been okay for you. I hope that you were able to go on walks and see people from a distance. Hope you didn't really break the rules. But anyway, today we're going to... I'm not like the police, so it's not like I'm
If you did, there's nothing we can do.
Daniel's gonna get you.
Anyway, excited. I hope you were pumped up for Christmas. I'm very excited about
Can't wait.
Christmas. Got my tree up. I got a 3 to 4 foot tree
Nice.
in my house, which is the smallest tree.
That's like half your size.
It's less than half of my size. Less, no, it is half of my size.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm 9 foot. I'm 10 foot. Anyway, this is going down to chaos. This is chaos. Absolute chaos. Anyway, excited for Christmas, and I thought that today we'll talk a little bit about Christmas. But before we go into Christmas chat, let me introduce the rest of the hosts. To my left, we have the wonderful Andy Wells.
Wagwan. That's what people say, right?
Wow.
Wagwan. Please don't log away, please.
Please don't log away. That's not.
How old are you?
I'll let myself out.
Killing it, Andrew.
Thanks, Chris. I'm sorry.
Let's just move swiftly on.
And then we have the one and only Samantha.
It's your girl, Sammy Jabangwe in the place.
Wagwan.
Wag one.
Great. And to my right, let's move swiftly on. To my right, we have the one and only James Karoma.
Oh, gosh.
Yes. You don't know already?
Yeah, exactly. And then we have Lucy.
Bro, what kind of intro is that?
Wow.
I'm not gonna let you do her like that. That's not okay.
I
Wow.
want to do
Rewind
like
that.
a big thing. And we have the one and only, last but not least, the wonderful Welsh princess queen.
Is that better or worse?
You are now my queen.
Lucy!
You were in school once where the kids,
yeah,
kids
you-
kept doing this.
You are now my queen.
Wow.
I remember that. So it's been an interesting week in terms of new stuff. What have you seen on the news? Let's start with you, Samantha.
Yes. So I've started following the Shade Borough on Instagram. A lot of interesting stuff going on there. I just wanted to see what's happening with like UK celebrities and beyond. And something kicked off with Cardi
Like
B.
it's a tabloid.
Yeah, it's basically like a gossip kind of like page on Instagram.
Right.
Right.
I just wanted to see it. I just
That
wanted
we
to
endorse
see,
it.
man.
This sounds
I feel
reliable.
out of touch. I feel out of the loop in what's
Making sure you're
happening.
keeping your ear to the ground.
So basically, yeah, guys, get this. Cardi B went and wanted to buy. She wanted to buy an 88K.
She did not.
She did,
88
and it
Yes.
88K, and it kicked off.
Dollars.
So Twitter was going off on her, like, "Oh, why are you doing this? You should be like, kind of like giving to charities and stuff." And she came with her receipts. She was ready. She was like, "I've given to the COVID vaccination thing." She donated £1 million, and then she like put out to be like, if you guys are so mad at how I spend my money, like you show me what you're giving to charity. And I thought it was interesting because I think for a lot of us though, we do get caught up in how other people spend their money and we don't see the stuff that's going on behind the scenes of what they do. And she was talking about how she looks after, and I believe it as well, she looks after like her family, her uncles, her dad, and she's been supporting them like through the COVID stuff. And I think it's really easy for us to jump on this kind of stuff and then just like bash people out, but it was
I think maybe part of it is the showing off. Maybe that's why people picked off because I saw the tweet and the tweet said, "Should I buy this?" and then like some weird kind of eye emoji on it, and it said 88K, and I think it's the flashiness, the flamboyance of it. I think that's the issue.
Just rubbing it in your face,
It's
isn't
the
it?
rubbing in the face.
I got 88K.
I got 88K just to spend on the
'cause
purse.
that's
And it's not like the purse, but I get it. Many people do not know what's happening in the back.
Yeah.
And it's easy for people to jump on stuff. Yeah. Thanks for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I'll inform you next time I'm here what's going down on the shade barrel.
Send Cardi B a regards.
I will, yeah. Cheers, Cardi. I got your back, girl.
What about you, James? What are you saying, bro?
For me, heartbroken yesterday after United, got dumped out of the Champions League. It was very, very sad. It's not a good news.
United.
Yeah. Like against a
Really?
team that we're expected to beat, it's annoying. Like United is the only team, like literally on the planet, that will beat a big team and then go and lose to a small team. So I was like, 3-0, like what's going on? And then the funniest part, like Mourinho used to be like our former manager, so he was like, it's not fair that we have failed to like qualify for the Champions League, but yet we are qualified for the Europa. So we get into another tournament and we could win. So even though we lost, we kind of like won because we're still in another
Who were you playing?
competition. We don't know yet because they haven't made it.
No,
yet.
who were you playing?
Some Turkish team, I can't even pronounce the name.
Oh, okay, fair.
Beşiktaş or something.
Oh, you didn't even take time to remember them after that.
Yeah, that's too much.
Gracious in defeat.
much.
So I
Actually,
see.
no, it was a German team, Red Bulls, something Red Bulls.
Oh,
If you didn't know, Red Bull actually have a football team.
they do.
Yeah, and
they
they
do
beat
have multiple football teams. They have New
And I
York
can see
Red
why.
Bulls
I can see why they beat us yesterday. They must
have-
have been on,
in
that
Switzerland.
Red Bull. they must be
Am I right, Chris?
They had more energy, bro.
Huh? Nice one.
There you go.
Yeah, what he
Thanks,
said.
Cam. What he said.
What he said.
What are you saying?
What am I saying?
What's your news?
I mean, everybody probably knows this news, but I was very excited yesterday. Was it yesterday with the vaccine?
Yeah.
Oh,
So exciting.
Well, what happened? I'm not following.
You need to clarify it for us, Lucy, because I'm seeing a lot of conspiracies about the virus. Wagwan.
Conspiracy.
Yeah, is it safe?
Good use of wagwan.
Well, the virus. The virus is not safe. But
No, the
is safe.
vaccine. Is it safe?
Yeah, I would say it was safe.
Yeah.
I will probably be getting it. Little 19,
I'm number 6 on the list.
19-year-old,
yeah.
90-year-old Margaret got it. And I was like, if she's
Nice.
going to get it, then I'll get it.
Yeah.
Good.
So,
6 on the list of priorities. As
Oh, are you
people's
actually?
underlying health conditions.
Oh, of course. That makes
Speaking
wow, there you go.
about the vaccine, I was watching on the news like this old guy who was like 91 years old. I think he was one of the first people to like actually get a vaccine. So, but it was actually late. So they were asking like, why were you late? Like, why? What's the reason for your lateness? It's like he couldn't find a car park for half an hour.
Oh, bless him.
That's what, it was true, but that's reality though.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to find anywhere safe to park where you can't get tickets. So that was his excuse.
Always walk.
That's funny.
Make sure you walk to your appointments.
You heard it here first, people. The vaccine is out.
plan ahead, everybody. If you're getting the vaccine, plan ahead.
Get a taxi.
So my piece of news is the monolith. So I don't know if you guys
What's
have seen it.
monolith?
So there's this, I think it's 3 of them that have appeared now around the world in random places where it's just this big, it just
yeah.
looks like
The metal thing.
a metal tower just
Yeah.
appears out of nowhere. Just like pop, just appears there. So I think it's Isle of Wight, the last one.
Pop, disappear.
Yeah, literally just like.
But yeah, one day is there, one day is
Sammy's not okay.
and
Somewhere
the
else.
next one Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
Isle of Wight. So they found it in Romania, they found it in the States, Utah, and now it's in Isle of Wight. It just
The thing's on tour.
Disappears.
appears and then it disappears.
Who's got the time to go around with a monolith and just pop it down?
Around
Is it like something
the
you like
country.
pack in a bag and then like
Does it like grow from?
It's metal.
it's like metal?
Pure
Metal.
solid square,
Yeah,
metal,
yeah.
like high.
It's quite cool.
About 10 foot tall maybe.
Sammy's
backing
not
it.
okay.
I just no, I'm not good with things like that.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I want to know who did it. Maybe
It was me. I'm sorry, everyone.
If you know,
It was
if
me.
you know who it was, let us know in the comments.
below.
Let us know in the comments.
Sure. But actually, Andrew,
Yes, Daniel.
you have some big news, right?
We do have some big news. Amongst Wolves, as a band, we've been nominated for 3
Wow.
different awards.
Wow.
Oh my
by
gosh.
Rock Radio in the USA.
That's so
We're
sick.
nominated
really
for
cool.
Best Singer, which is our lovely Dan Jenkins. Best Bassist, which is Clarissa.
Go on, Clay.
Yes,
And-
Queen Clay.
Best Alternative Song, which is Golden.
Go on,
So
Golden.
go on
Oh, that's
to our,
amazing.
our Instagram
Yeah.
and you can vote for it.
Oh, is that so? People can vote for it.
Yeah, we share it in our story and then you can follow the link and you can vote for it.
Let's make it happen. Let's make it. Let's bring it
Amazing.
home.
Shout out to you guys.
Go on, Wolves.
Shout out Wolves.
Wolves have been getting a lot of props, man. It's good.
Wolves are killing it.
You're getting really noticed, which is really good, man. Love it.
Thanks, man.
So make sure you guys vote. Go on their Insta, click the link, vote, show your love and show your support. Now, Christmas time is probably one of my favorite times of the year.
How long have you been watching Christmas movies?
I've been watching Christmas movies since October. I started watching.
There's no
in October.
judgment.
There's no
A
judgment.
little bit.
I mean,
You start in October and you finish in like August. Give yourself a bit of breathing space. Start again in October.
That's exactly what happened.
That's exactly it. I've been watching Christmas. I love it. I got my Christmas tree up. I went for the first time to a Christmas tree farm.
I did that too.
Nice.
It's so
in
fun.
the High Peaks, I think.
You went too.
I did. I went to the same one as you, the Warrington one. It was sick. We picked our tree.
I went to High Peaks and it was cool. Went there, picked the tree, put the tag. Unfortunately, we couldn't cut it because of COVID, but they cut it for us. And it was just nice. It was nice and fresh. Took it home. We decorated it. And then I had a Portuguese Christmas meal, which was cod with some potatoes, bacalhau. Well
With
done.
with some
Potatoes.
potatoes.
I mean, 56-0 against Scotland. Is that what
So it was really cool. And then watched Christmas Chronicles 2, and then the following day watch my favorite Christmas movie, which is
The Best Man Holiday.
Wait, hold up. You seen the first one?
The Best Man. Yeah.
The first one ever?
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah. So then I watched the second one, and I cried.
Love that every
Oh, you
time.
cried?
At the same scene, innit? Every time. Oh,
When, oh,
I know.
and I want to hold her. I was like, you feel so weak. I want to hold you. I want to embrace you. Anyway, so excited about it. Started to buy some Christmas presents.
Strong.
Started.
I'm not that kind of guy that plans a year in advance and starts buying stuff.
Oh, yeah,
I do feel like I'm quite last minute. I have a whole bunch of godchildren I need to buy presents for, and I've not bought it. Emily, my wife, she's like, oh, we need to buy a present. I was like, oh, you know what, I'll do it later. Why don't we do it now? Oh, that's fine.
20. You're the
We know
you're the
how your
23rd guy,
Christmas-
aren't you?
Christmas present buying goes.
No,
I'm at 24.
You're the 24th guy.
Literally.
That's bad.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
crazy. That's too stressful for me.
Yeah, that's.
But one thing I've noticed within Christmas, actually, before I go into my question, I want to know what your Christmas were like when you were kids, when you were younger, growing up. What was the present situation like? What was the vibe at home? I think the reason why I asked this as well, because people go crazy about buying presents, and there's this whole sense of consumerism, which is kind of what we want to talk about today. But I want to know, first off, what was your experience growing up?
I'll go first. Like me, when I came to England, I was like 14 years old. Because different culture, growing up in Africa, like for us, Christmas is outdoors. You go to your long distance family, you visit them, they cook food, they give you no present, maybe just money to like buy something. And then when I came to England, I was like in a foster care. So I was like, the build up for Christmas, like hype. And Christmas Day come, like dressed, about to go out. My foster mom was like, where you going? I'm like, I'm going to see my friends. They're like, no, we're having dinner, we're having this, X, Y, Z. I'm like, oh, it's totally different. Like Christmas here, it's about indoors. But then as time went on, I was able to understand, like, wow, okay, it's different, but I love it because it's about family, it's about presents. But one thing I don't like, or I didn't like at the time, I don't know why, I get offended. For the past maybe 10 years, guarantee that I would get a flipping deodorant as a
Lynx Africa.
like guaranteed. And it's a pack as well. It's a pack.
With the shower gel.
2 in 1. The 2 in 1, the shower gel and the spray. I'm like, are you trying to say that I need like to like fresh? Guaranteed. And this year, if I get it, I swear I'm gonna like.
That's so funny.
I remember receiving
That's
that,
so
and I
funny.
remember getting a note like, this sucks. But then I remember it would be
That's so bans.
like June, May, June. I'm like, oh, I ran out of deodorant. And then I'd find the gift that I got for Christmas. I was like, great,
Yeah.
I got a deodorant now.
There you go.
The most annoying is it's so beautifully wrapped. I'm like, okay, this is
And it's a
big.
big
gonna be
box
good.
as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's it looks
Deceiving.
decent.
Yeah.
Deceiving.
Yeah.
What about the rest of you
Enjoyed
guys?
that.
I was Christmas.
Mine was a bit different. I'm coming to love Christmas. I want to get on the Daniel level, but I'm not quite there yet.
No one can get there.
Daniel level is October. Do you know what I mean? Daniel hosts a Christmas Eve party. Like it's like he's
Pre-COVID.
Listen, I would say
Pre-COVID, of course.
Daniel is late. When you have a little girl, Christmas starts when winter starts. I mean, I'm talking about September.
oh my
We
days.
started watching Frozen and building up to that, and then next thing you know, like we're watching like the Christmas Chronicle back to back,
Yeah.
literally back to back.
I'm trying to get there. I'm not quite
Close.
there. But like I will get there one day, but it's because when I was younger, it was a bit weird because like my mum's a single parent, so she'd work every Christmas day because like she's got to get that dollar, secure the bag, Rhoda. I see it now, I understand it, but like back then, so I'd either be like with like church or with like other members of the family. So I just didn't like Christmas because I was just a bit like, oh, it was more of like an anxiety thing to be like, oh no, that first week in January, when I go back to school, I'm gonna have to make up gifts that I got that I kind of have to make up things that like make sense so that if people are like, oh, but where is it? Then I can be like, well, do you know what I mean? That kind of thing. So for me, it was always
brilliant.
overshadowed
Yeah.
by presents. But as I've grown up, like now I really, really value like what my mum used to do for me. I didn't understand back then, but now I do. I saw this meme on Instagram a couple of days ago and it was talking about if somebody earns like £8 an hour and they give you like a £20 gift or something like that person has taken 2 hours of their time about that
Yeah.
so that you could get that gift. And for me, like my mum did so much more than like the pair of trainers, like whatever, like the roof over my head, the faith and like the life understanding values that she's given me. Like I've come to understand that, and so like I cherish it now.
Yeah.
But it was hard when I was younger, like 100%.
That's deep. So Sammy, if you get me the PS5, I'm definitely fully cherish. I'm like, yo, this is like 5
That's like
That's 2 hours of Sammy's time.
yeah, that's 2 hours. That's 2
Like,
hours.
this is
For me,
like
I mean, I got it like
3 months.
that. Hilarious.
What about you guys, Andy or Lucy?
I'll go. For us, it was very quiet. In Scotland, everyone prefers New Year's Eve. We call it Hogmanay. So Christmas, Hogmanay.
I was in my citizenship test.
Ah.
Oh yeah.
What does that
So
mean?
everyone cares more about that. So everyone's Christmas is just a bit more chilled. It's like, stay in for a day, shout at your family, and it's fine. But also for us, my mum and dad were never really rich or had much money growing up. So we were told from a young age, like, Santa's not real, but it's fun to pretend and don't ruin the surprise for anyone else. But for us, we can't afford to get you these things that you want. And it was just a really honest conversation. They would never like
so cool.
hide about the fact that we didn't exactly have a lot of money. They said, we can't afford to get you this, I know you want it, I'm sorry, but would you like something else? Or would you like us to help you save up for it? So one year I asked for a Game Boy, and well, that shows my age, oh my gosh, a Game Boy. And they were like,
I remember the black and white one.
yeah, we just can't afford it. And I said, okay, fine. And you just appreciate the day for what you did get.
Yeah.
So I've grown up with that value in rather than like, oh, it's all about getting and getting and getting, which is really, I really, really appreciate it now.
It's interesting though, you said that your parents told you not to ruin it for others, but you just said it live. On
You've ruined it for everyone.
Yeah.
Especially me, bro. I believe fully.
Yeah, I can ruin it now.
This is not real.
no, I hear you, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
What about
yeah.
you, Luce? What was it like for you?
Christmas was a weird one for us. So my parents were divorced. My parents are divorced, and so it was like two Christmases, which sounds like the dream, but it's not. It's very stressful. Like, so there's my Christmas day always looked the same. So Christmas morning, I wake up with my mum. We'd have Christmas dinner, and then about 5 o'clock, then my dad would come pick me up, and we'd go to my grand's house, and we'd have like a little Christmas celebration there, and then I would almost have Christmas completely again then on Boxing Day. So it's like I'd go to Christmas Day night would be like Christmas Eve, and then I wake up again the next morning and have like
Wow.
The whole thing.
and have the whole thing again, like another Christmas dinner. It was crazy. Like, it sounds like the dream, and as a kid I think I was like, this is the best thing in the world. But like you're always on the go, there's no like switching off, it's like it's go all the time. And then my stepdad, he used to have to work Christmas Day, and so we'd get up at like 5, do Christmas presents with my stepdad, and then he'd go to work, we'd go back to bed, and then we'd have to when my grandparents would arrive, then we'd have to kind of do it all. Mental.
That's busy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Busy.
It's
It
complex.
was.
It's really busy. And it's similar to me, because I did from when I was a kid. Not Lucy's story, but your story, Andy. We would have to just be grateful for the little stuff that we get. So
Yeah.
I remember probably get like the main present would be like an Action Man,
Yeah.
or like Micro Machines. I don't know if you guys.
Oh, micro
Micro
machines.
Machines, yeah.
So I'm
Well
saying,
good.
Micro Machine, links.
James is so bitter about
I know.
this. Is so funny.
Like a small, but it used to be like a small pack of Micro Machines, and then
There's someone from your family going, I should probably take this back. I should take this back.
Oh, 7 of them.
take the links in.
Remember got James for Secret Santa?
But
bother.
totally the whole thing about being grateful for
Yeah.
what you get.
Yeah.
But one thing, as I've grown older, and as I've kind of seen what society is like, it just feels, I don't know, it just, Christmas time is a period of time where a lot of people get into a lot of debt, like crippling debt. The suicide rates go up, all that kind of stuff. Just the pressure of trying to either get the latest toy or trying to get the latest AirPods Pro or the new console. Especially, and it's crazy. And they know what they're doing. And Sony knows what they're doing. Microsoft knows what they're now dropping PS5 and
PS4,
Xbox just before the Christmas period. And probably it was a couple of months before, but they know what they're doing. The new FIFA comes out, all this. And I remember as a kid when the new FIFA would come out, I'd be like, oh, can I have the new? Because I remember it used to be, can I have the new FIFA? Can I have the new Pro Evolution? No, have the two. And I'm saying, so they know what they're doing, but people get into this crazy debt, and there's the need for more. Have you ever fallen into that trap? I know, obviously, you chatted about what you were like kids. There's one thing, but now as grown people, as adults, have you ever fallen into the trap like, I need to get more stuff, I need to get this, that, and the other, I need to consume, I need to have the latest thing? Do you, or has it been something like, I've never struggled with that at all?
No, it's there. I think it's really easy. And there's like a page called My Therapist Says online, which gives me so much joy. Because it's like, I'm really like struggling. What should therapist, what should you do? Add to cart, right? And I'm actually somebody who notices that about myself. It's like, I remember when I went through like a really difficult breakup, I'd saved up all this money and I was like excited to like get all these gifts for this person. And like, I was like ready, broke up just before Christmas. And I was like, and then I just bought way out of that budget. And then by like Christmas Day, I was like, oh no, I really shouldn't have done this. But what was actually going on was a need for like healing and getting over that like sadness. And I think a lot of people can easily get trapped into that thing of like buying and consuming because there's like something that's empty or something that's traumatic that's just happened and you don't know what to deal with it. And you've got to catch that. You've got to catch that because like you say, it can get you in those situations when you're a lot older where you end up making decisions that now don't just affect you, but your kids or the people that depend on you. And so like, I remember catching that and being like, whoa, and like I had to sit down and be like, I need to not do things like this. And that's something that I see within myself to be like, how do I better actually deal with my feelings and not just like buying stuff, like, because it doesn't actually help. That stuff that I bought, don't even wear it now. I look at it sometimes and I'm like, why did I do that?
Yeah.
Fashion.
Like, why did I do that?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, like recently I was like with my daughter in B&Q, like just buying like just basic home stuff, but then she saw like some toys that she want.
In being cute.
Do you mean B&M?
B&M, B&Q, B&M. I get it confused, sorry.
I like your daughter.
The whole garden.
I know.
She wanted a lawnmower. I want a lawnmower.
He does want a lawnmower. If anyone wants to get him one, we're very grateful.
You're getting links, that's what you're getting. No, literally, it's like when she saw like all this gifts, no, not even gifts, like all these toys that she wants. And she's like, I want this, I want that. I'm like, oh, that's 24 quid plus that. I'm doing calculation in my mind. But she's a kid. She doesn't really think, she's like, oh, my dad got me.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to like, not to explain to her like, I can't get it. Okay, you know what, I'll get it for Christmas. And then she just, that moment just reminded me like, when I was like a teenager, when I was like going to JD or Foot Locker with my mom, I'm like, I want that crepe there, that trainer's there, 250 quid or 150 quid, and I want this, and I didn't even think about how hard my mom was working. My mom was working 7 days a week, literally no days off, 7 days a week to just make sure that she makes me happy. So in that moment, I was able to like reflect and appreciate my mom a bit more. I'm like, rah. Working 7 days and our parents are, doing whatever they can to provide for us shows how much they love us. So sometimes we get lost like in the gift, in the present, or we miss like the actual moment to be like, wow, this person has the thought behind it, the effort behind it, the work that this person has put in to get us this gifts. It's like, wow, like made me really like appreciate my mom even more. If just my daughter asking me for a toy made me really appreciate my mom when I was asking her for like £150 trainer, and I'm like, when she's like, I can't afford it, and I just twist my face like, not talking to her for like 2 days because she doesn't want to get me a gift. But it makes us like realize that in this moment, we do consume so much stuff than we need, like especially at Christmas. Like the amount of money that a country like spend in just 1 month is more than any other month. And that's December. Between November and December is high. Because for example, PlayStation comes out 500 quid. Comes January, February, it goes down. But because it's December, everyone wants it for a gift, for a present. People are going to go all out to get it. 2 months later, that same thing will come down half price. You know what I mean? So it made me really realize that, wow, we are consuming more than we actually need sometimes.
I mean, you see that with Black Friday. That's why it's called Black Friday, because all the business is going into the black, and they're okay, which is crazy. What about you guys? Have you caught yourselves, or are you like, you know what, I've never really struggled. I've always been quite careful with what I'm spending.
It's a bit of a weird one. So like, I have known people who will take out loans for Christmas and spend like so much money and then like pay it back, and then have to do the exact same thing the next Christmas because like it's just a cycle. And I think me and Nick are so careful to not have to not do that. Like it would be so easy just to be like, oh, we'll put this on the credit card, or we'll do it like this, or we'll take it out of this, and it sounds really boring, but it's like so important. Like
it is.
If I got to Christmas Day and Nick was like, I bought you this one thing, I'd be like, thank you so much. I wouldn't be like, how dare you not spend X amount of money on me? It's like, that's not what it is. Like, we have a budget for Christmas, and again, that sounds like a really adulty thing to do. But it's like,
it's life, isn't it?
Thing, isn't it? Like, you can't just like, I don't know, I want this, isn't it? So you have to be sensible about it. And I remember when I worked at Tesco, back in the day, and Christmas time at Tesco used to be my favourite time because it was so busy, and I get the Christmas music on, you got
Christmas aisles,
you get all of this stuff. But then it would break my heart to see the people that would come through the checkout with all of this stuff, and they'd go, I've only got X amount of money, please stop when I get to this amount of money. And they'd be like, it would be, they'd try and get all of this stuff, and then they'd have like this few things left at the end, and they'd be like, okay, wait, let me just work out what I need to get out of this. And it's like a weird, I have to prove that I can do this. And do you know what I mean? It doesn't need to be that, because that's not what it is. It's not about who can buy the best present or who can put on the best meal. That's not.
I think that's, and it's all right, because there's the one element, I want all this stuff for myself, I want to give this. Then there's that pressure of, I need to give, probably like what you're saying about your mom, or even, same about some of the people that you met in Tesco, this pressure of like, I need to buy these things for other people and show them that I care about them. And there's that crazy pressure to buy. When in reality, that is not really the answer, because all that stuff will just pass away and fade away, isn't it? It's being present, that Christmas, being present, being there for Christmas Day. There's no greater gift than that. Having the family together, there's no greater gift.
Being the present.
Being the present.
That's the present.
Just to confirm that, like literally like years back, like maybe I just became like a Christian like 7 years ago. My first like Christmas experience as a Christian. Because my mom is still a Muslim, so she doesn't really celebrate Christmas and that sort of stuff. So I went to this place, like a church in Moorside, where they on Christmas Day, they're Jamaicans, so they cook Jamaican food. We invite everybody on the block.
Awesome.
Invite all the homeless people. So like we spent like, I think 70% of the people that came were homeless. They have nowhere to go.
Awesome.
And I'm telling you that personally for me, like that was like the best Christmas I've ever had. To be in the people's presence, to see them being thankful because they have like a tea or you know what I mean, a hot
Game
food
changer, bro.
Like that moment, like, I forgot about presenting, gifting, the presence of like just people feeling loved and appreciated and respected. connected.
Yeah.
That really like blew my mind, and I was
Yeah.
like, right, this is what Christmas for me like is really about. It's about loving someone and like taking care of the people that can't take care of themselves, and supporting people like I mean, that we don't even know them, and we're like switching gifts, and like I will maybe bring some gifts from home that I don't need anymore, and I'll give to someone who needs it more than me. And that, for me, that was like, rah, like, this is what it's really about. It's not just about consuming, but it's also how can we support those that actually need it more than we do.
man. It's
That
good,
makes
bro.
sense.
It's good.
Yeah, like you said, it's the present, definitely.
Yeah. What about you, Andy?
I think because I grew up knowing that my mum and dad couldn't really get us a lot of stuff, and I just realised I was absolutely fine without it. I didn't need any of this stuff. I just grew to appreciate spending the day with my family.
Yeah.
And then the next day was Boxing Day and spending that with my friends.
Cool.
That's what I really grew to appreciate.
Yeah.
Like, and everyone will feel that, oh, I really want that, and I just really want that, and that's fine. You're allowed to feel it, but make sure it doesn't define that that's where your value is, because that's not where your value is.
Yeah, true.
And I've seen my mum on Christmas, she has an open house policy. Everyone and anyone is welcome in that day. And we will feed you, we will give you whatever you want, we'll chat to you, we'll love you. And we've had so many people over. And this year I'm just thankful that I'm actually allowed north of the border to go and see them for 4 days. That's the thing I'm thankful for.
That's amazing, bro.
sick.
That's amazing. I love that. And I don't know, as you're watching this, I just want to encourage you, like I know Andrew was saying, that's your identity is you're not based on that, but actually during this Christmas time, instead of thinking what can I get out of Christmas, just know one thing, that actually we believe that God is there, that God is present, that Jesus is actually the greatest gift, greatest present that you'll be able to ever get, and especially as we're talking about Christmas, and that you'll be able to find true peace that kind of is crazy peace, a peace. The Bible talks about peace that surpasses all understanding, meaning that it's a peace that the world cannot grasp. And next week, we're actually going to be talking about how we can experience peace in the midst of what can be quite chaotic period within our calendar year, Christmas, where there's so much chaos. We can find true peace and actually can know this Jesus, also known as Emmanuel, which means God with us. So make sure you check out next week. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. This week we chat. I mean, I'm just looking at the time. It's 5:32 right now, so we're like gone way. But that's what happens when people we haven't seen each other for such a long time, and we're just catching up.
We talked about the Portuguese rugby team.
I know. I don't know why we did
Zimbabwe.
that. Zimbabwe team.
Oh, do we really have to go back there? Can we just wrap up, please?
We love you guys. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Make sure you check out Amongst Wolves Insta. Vote for them. Show the love. And join us next week for another roundtable sessions before we break off for Christmas. And on the 18th of December, we have a special Higher Live Christmas special Christmas episode.
How many
Special.
specials?
It's very special. We've got a very special guest that's going to be on the show.
Hey.
She is an actor from Jingle Jangle. She's going to be on it. So make sure you jump on that and you'll be able to win a sick prize, which I'm going to tell you what it is. But make sure you tune in on the 18th of December.
Yes.
Peace out. Blessings. Take care.